Do you have any, okay.
You want an example?
No, I want a funny cleaning story. You got to have one, because if you don't, I've got one for you.
Most of the funny cleaning stories happen in the residence. Whether it is someone opens the door and they're completely naked.
Oh, that's yay.
This is not a nudist colony, dude.
My headphones just fell off.
Drive to an Airbnb. I could write a book on Airbnb cleans.
You should.
In Atlanta, there's a big porn industry here. In
Is there?
Atlanta. Oh my gosh. So we actually weed out. We ask prospective clients that
Are you in porn?
No, I don't ask that.
Okay.
No, it's not.
You can't ask that,
No.
Ellen. Can
Are
you?
you porn adjacent?
You know what? I think
That is the porn. It's people booking the reservation.
Oh.
So one of the questions that we ask in Airbnb cleans to the host is, we only work with hosts that have a 2-night minimum. If they have a 1-night minimum,
So porn only goes one night?
I guess.
you know what? You learned everything on this episode. The Small Business Safari, guys. You learn
Oh,
so much. So,
feeling
On the
I
ceiling.
go, well, what?
Why is it on the ceiling?
you would wonder. Urine all over the walls.
I think you broke me. I'm sitting there trying to figure. I'm actually physically trying to figure this out. I'm like, no, king.
Hammer to a toilet.
Oh no,
That was part of porn? What kind of porn is that?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Of them.
Something else. That was
Okay.
probably just a party.
Faces of Death. Is that a porn?
Oh, really?
Not my kind of porn.
You know what? I think, guys, Small Business Safari, entrepreneurial, but don't forget to tell your friends. We're actually going to pop up to a new genre soon. So stay tuned. Welcome to the Small Business Safari, where I help guide you to avoid those traps, pitfalls, and dangers that lurk when navigating the wild world of small business ownership. I'll share those gold nuggets of information and invite guests to help accelerate your ascent to that mountaintop of success. It's a jungle out there, and I want to help you traverse through the levels of owning your own business that can get you bogged down and distract you from hitting your own personal and professional goals. So strap in, adventure team, and let's take a ride through the safari and get you to the mountaintop. Alan, I love that music. I remember when I had a twinkle in my eye and said, let's go start a business. Who needs corporate America? I'm going to go make it happen. I'm going to go make millions. And I told my
dumbass you were at that point.
19 years from the concept, 18 years in business now. What a dumbass I was, Alan. What was I thinking doing what I did?
Hubris is the word of the day.
I have hubris. Let's cheers to that. Cheers everybody.
Cheers.
We're going to have a great episode. Guys, we got to clean this shit up a little bit, though. Like what I did. Hi, here we go.
That's a little obvious.
Love the six.
Guys, as you know, we talk about this quite a bit. Alan, I'm kind of a big deal.
Kind of a big deal, I know.
So I also have a radio show here in Atlanta where we bring on just the best and brightest people here locally. And I did not find this person, but this person showed up at the radio show. I don't even know how they got there. And we got these great business owners to come in and talk to us. And it was the first episode ever where I actually had to do it, not in person, but we have to do a remote speaker. Chris had to stretch it out a little bit, bring in a remote speaker to come in, and I had to run the board and talk to them over the phone, not in the studio with me. Vanessa doesn't know this. First time I ever did it. Dan looks at me and goes, he just rolls his finger and goes, you got this. He didn't want to do it because he's been doing the show for 12 years. And he was like,
always been live for him. And then, but because of the pod, you're used to this.
So I'm used to it.
Yeah.
So we rolled with it. And I will tell you what they did is that this incredible group who we're going to introduce in a minute did something that we talk about as business owners 18 years ago, 18 years in business. What do you do? What's the legacy you're leaving? What's the mark you're leaving? You know what? I did it, and I make no unabashed claims. I got in this to make a lot of money when I first started. That hasn't happened, guys.
What is the mark you're leaving?
What's the mark I'm leaving?
Like a skid mark.
I'm definitely the skid mark. Thank you, Alan. You know what? You are the wing beneath my wings. Actually, you're the rock on my neck, you albatross. Oh, my God, who left him in here? So these guys come in and they say, hey, listen, in the last 9 minutes, we'd rather not talk about our business, but we'd like to talk about the charities that we're investing in. And we want to see if we can bring in somebody to talk about one of the charities that we believe a lot in. And I was like, what am I supposed to say? No, screw the charities. No, I went, yeah, let's do it. Let's figure it out. We figured it out a couple of days before, got them in, and they did that. And I'm telling you, what Vanessa doesn't know is that for the first time on the radio, I actually started choking up. Now, I've choked up on the podcast, but I was like, wow, this is really impactful. They're really leaving a mark, doing a great job of taking not only their business, but investing back into the community and doing something that's worthy of a cause that was so important. And so we have Vanessa Higgins here with us, and you guys are amazing. What a great job that you've done. But let's get into
So when you say you guys, I'm seeing one person here. Who are you referring?
Well, you know what? She's the founder and owner, but she is one of many. In fact, I think they said on the podcast, and I say they, on the radio show, that's the All Four Seasons Home Show, go check it out, is that one of their very first employees is still with them. Is that right?
Several of them, 5 of them are still.
5.
From the,
After how many years have you been in business now?
we just celebrated 9 years last month.
9 years. All right.
How many years, Chris?
Have I been in business?
Well, how many of your original employees?
Counting me?
So there's one.
There's one.
So
There's
can
one.
I round up?
Sure.
1. I have
that. You know,
no. I have Cindy though. Cindy, who listens to this, has been with me for 17 and a half of these 18 years.
That counts.
So that's something. I got that going for me. But Vanessa and her husband Alex came on, and Vanessa started this thing. But let's go back. What this thing is. So Vanessa, what is what you started? Explain to everybody what you got.
I'm really glad to be here because you guys have really started something really fantastic too. I've been listening to your episodes. I'm glad the inspirations that you're putting out in the marketplace right now. Because I'm a true believer that Main Street's going to replace Wall Street, and if we can help to inspire anyone to take that leap of faith, which is a great leap of faith, I'm all for it. So.
Awesome. Well, thanks for saying that. I appreciate that. We appreciate it. Been doing it for 4.5 years. Very excited about that. So tell us a little bit about the business you start and what do you have today? And we're going to backtrack to how you came up with this idea.
All right. Well, origin story, marketing, advertising always has been my forte. Building a brand, promoting companies was always my type of line of business in Fortune 500 companies. I worked for Home Depot. I worked for the Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta.
Wow.
Whoa.
As a marketing director. Before the housing
Does
crash.
the Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta need a marketing director?
I love everybody asked that question. After the housing market, no, they did not. No, but before they did, they were really trying to hone in on financial responsive management and just teaching middle school and high school students to be better at money.
How about that? Oh my God. We're going to talk about Clean Tu Casa in a minute, but we've got to stop. We didn't get there. We're going to get there. She's got a cleaning business, guys. Check this out.
Years we celebrated last month.
Killing it. Commercial and residential.
A healthy balance between residential and commercial. And we have some really exciting opportunities.
Those are 2 totally different animals.
Totally different. Everybody told me, you are loca. Why are you doing that? And why is your service area so large?
How large is it?
It's this large. I know you all can't see it right now, but we pretty much cover, it's like a cross. We cover from East Cobb Marietta down through the Beltline, from Vinings over to Norcross.
So for those of us who are listening, because what Vanessa probably doesn't realize is that, we're intergalactic. We're worldwide. We have a number of listeners in Australia, a number of listeners in Europe. We're talking about the Metro Atlanta area.
To areas.
So the Metro Atlanta area, which is also known as probably, well, it's not probably, it is in the top 10 worst places to commute in America. So traffic sucks.
Cup coming up.
It is coming.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go back to this. I want to go back to this one because I used to work at the bank. I never thought in bank here locally in Atlanta, and I never knew, and I had to work with the feds. The Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta actually came in and audited us, and I had to work with them and do all the reporting with them. I never thought that they had to have a marketing arm. That's literally like having a marketing arm for, I mean, think about this, Alan. Think of another company that would need a marketing arm that doesn't need a marketing arm.
Well, if anyone does come in for the World Cup, I highly recommend going to the museum that's down below in the Fed. It's fantastic. So
It's still open.
It's still open, and that was the original idea for the marketing department. But to kind of give homage to that, the history of money. from growing crops and having that as a commodity to exchange to paper money that we are currently using now. But
I'm going, Alan. I did not. I thought it closed, actually. I was going to take one of my nephews who came into town.
I mean, every single organization I think of, I can go, okay, yeah, they could use a marketing arm.
Mhm.
Check this out.
Except for the Fed.
So when I was in banking, I was in consulting before this, I got to go to a lot of presentations. And when I first got started into it, I left manufacturing, left B2B, got into it, and I got to go listen to Ed Crutchfield, who was the first union CEO at the time, talk about the brand equity that banks have. And they were just above electric companies and utility companies in terms of your bank, in terms of how you felt about them and what they were. They were literally just a utility. And if I could get rid of them, I would. And that's why they had to figure out a way to rebrand themselves as banks in the late 90s. And if you look at what's going on now, they talk about the share of the wallet and everything else. But I never thought that the Fed would have to have it marketing. But honestly, you think back on it, and especially right now, it's getting in the...
Yes, right now I could use it.
It could need a little PR right now, yeah?
Yes, it
All right,
does.
maybe Vanessa can go moonlight for him, fix it.
Hey, that's the name of the game, right? So that was actually my origin was I had that entrepreneur spirit in me. I come from a long line of entrepreneurs. My mother had, she was a fashion designer, making gorgeous luxury handbags and shoes with Italian leathers manufactured in Colombia, where she is originally from, and selling it to specialty boutiques in the Hamptons and West Palm Beach and Europe and Caribbean.
So your mother was an entrepreneur.
She was.
That's beautiful.
And her father was an entrepreneur. He made beautiful hat molds, and he was a hat milliner from French fabric and molds. And he had a boutique right on Avenida Septima in Bogota, Colombia. So long line of entrepreneurship. I love fashion, but I brought fashion to cleaning.
It's it. Yeah, we're cleaning with fashion.
People too.
All right. So let's go back. So we know you have the cleaning business, but you said you came to America. It sounds like your parents weren't from...
Raised here.
You were born and raised here.
I'm one of the first in my family. I'm a Colombian Irish, born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia. But
So you're a native Atlantan.
I am a native.
You know, I could tell by the accent, Ellen. She had that southern drawl. She was giving...
Please don't do the draw.
Come on, I'm doing it, Alan.
No,
I'm doing it.
Please don't.
I was raised between Bogota and Atlanta, so maybe that's...
So what is the name? There's a Colombian dish, and I've been to a Colombian restaurant, and it was like so much food I could hardly believe.
Bandeja paisa.
Yes, and I got the junior version of that.
We got the Vinny version.
Yeah, and it still was, and I could eat a lot, and it was...
has rice, beans, fried egg on top of steak, salad, aguacate, avocados. It's just a big meal.
It is a ridiculous amount of food, and it's like this is for somebody who is planning on working really hard today, because I mean it's just an insane amount of food.
Yes,
And I got the small one.
I'm glad you had it.
Alan,
It was I knew I saw what was on the list. I'm like, I can't eat all that.
where was this? Was this here in Atlanta?
Yeah, it was just inside 285.
There's a couple of good, authentic Colombian restaurants.
Oh, you know what? I'm getting my Colombian friends to take me. You know what?
City has certainly grown.
Vanessa will take us.
Yeah.
She should.
Her and her husband, Alex. All right.
For your global audience, Atlanta back in the day was very rural. I grew up around llamas and cows and toros, like bulls, in East Cobb, Marietta.
No.
And the tallest building was the Blue Dome in the middle of the city.
Oh my gosh.
So I've seen a lot in Atlanta grow. Atlanta, when it had the Olympics in 1996, that was a whole other ball game. Come forward to now with the World Cup coming here, we are ready. And our cleaning company, we are doing our best to help be a partner to a lot of Airbnb hosts who are looking to put their house up.
That's the marketing aspect right there. All right, we got to go back to this. So mom's an entrepreneur. Dad was an entrepreneur. They moved here, but you said, I'm going to go to college. And they probably told you, don't be an entrepreneur. Tell.
Didn't. They really were very supportive in anything that my brother and I, we're only two.
What'd your dad do? He didn't.
My father is also corporate, very long time corporate. Worked for Kimberly Clark as a senior mechanical engineer, and helped to grow some of the factories that were overseeing Huggies and Kleenex that we were building in Mexico and in Scotland and England. So
I love that. Kimberly Clark. I know a number of guys from Michigan Tech who ended up at Kimberly Clark because they're out of Wisconsin as well. It's up north, but I just love that she talked about Huggies and Kleenex. That's both ends, Alan. He covered both ends. You probably never thought about that, but there you go.
Thanks for pointing that out.
That's right. That's why I'm here,
We'll need a
everybody.
visual.
I'll keep it humorous.
with an entrepreneur mother, of corporate father, and the two combined was always something I envisioned for myself. Was I really feel like systems are so important. Corporate can teach you that. Bring that into a business that you can envision and solve a problem. And if that's where the birth of the idea came from, I was working at Delta Airlines at the time. I was doing B2B global marketing for some specialty markets, Ireland in particular, Japan, Latin America, Caribbean. And the idea came to me with so many people asking me, hey, do you know someone that's a reliable person that can show up and clean my house? That got to, I'm a networker. I like to connect people with opportunities.
I mean, but that has nothing to do with what you did. So people are asking you.
Yeah, so you would never think that, I never thought my life would turn into a home service provider / always doing something where instant results, gratification with cleaning. And I love it. I absolutely love it. It's the best career decision I ever did, but I needed that corporate background to get the systems in place. I really feel like this wouldn't have happened if I didn't have the corporate background. And I felt like you really need to understand all the ins and outs of what corporate can offer you. It's not only offering you how to train a team, how to manage a team, how to hire a team. It's also training you how to put systems into place, because that ultimately what is going to be your secret sauce of success. You just got to have a vision of what you want to do with your entrepreneur spirit. And for me, I just love the instant before and after result of transforming an environment, whether it's a home or whether it's an office space. And it's just like instant gratification.
Hiring the right people shouldn't feel overwhelming. At Smart Hire Solutions LLC, they take a smarter, more human approach to hiring. Smart Hire Solutions helps you get the right candidates, carefully vets, presents only the best fits for sales roles, lead technicians, key team members, in home services, construction, and many more. No resume pile nightmares, no wasted time. Today's labor market is tough to navigate, and having the Smart Hire Solutions LLC team on board makes it smooth sailing. Founder Tina McKenna brings decades of real-world experience, not only in recruiting, but in marketing. She runs this thing like a business that's involved with you. Check out their fresh approach at yoursmarthire.com. That's yoursmarthire.com. Or connect with Tina McKenna on LinkedIn. That's Tina McKenna with Smart Hire Solutions, LLC, yoursmarthire.com.
Clients can see it.
From a market to dive into, very challenging, highly competitive. So you have a lot of national brands, a lot of franchise brands, and then you've got the individual, the solo operator who's doing it for next to nothing.
Yep.
And then you've got the national brands who are, offering, guaranteed and we're licensed and bonded and insured and all that stuff for a lot more. How do you niche into that?
Great question. I decided I did not want to reinvent the wheel. I wanted a proven system. My go-tos were, I wanted customer service like a Chick-fil-A, a system of a very well-operated machine like a Target. I really felt like those two were my vision for how do I apply that into a cleaning scenario. And I found a business coach. I looked for a business coach because I told my husband, I want to do this. I think I would be really good at developing a team, promoting a brand, and creating jobs for people that really could use it, but they just don't know how to talk to homeowners, or they don't know how to talk to a building facility manager to be able to create work. So that's my forte. That's what I could do. I really felt like I wanted to be more, I could sell as many airline tickets as possible or contracts, but I felt I wanted to move towards the service side. really serving a community, people that can't lift up their arms to actually do cleaning. Maybe they just have no clue how to clean. It felt like it was a calling to me that ended up being really natural transition for me. But I needed to have the experience to roll up my sleeves. And majority of cleaning business owners don't do the cleaning. They go right into it like it's another business. And I really felt, for me personally, I wanted to be known as really good high-end quality. And I wanted to roll up my sleeves and be taught. What do I need to do with different surfaces? What cleaning products do I need to use? pH balance is a big deal.
The chemistry of it is huge.
It's chemicals that we're working with. So you don't want to be in a marble floor making a mess.
Oh, you put the wrong chemical on the wrong surface, and suddenly you got to.
All right, let's move on. Let's keep moving on. We're moving on, please. Moving on.
No, because I am dying to know, how do you go from being,
world? No, I just meant let's not talk about screwing up marble surfaces. I'm sorry.
Did I hit a soft
No,
spot?
let's keep going, please. Back to Vanessa, please, Alan.
How do you go? You're a Delta and you're dealing with Ireland and all this stuff. And you're like, oh, people are asking me about cleaning, and it's like, how do you learn how to bid a house? How do you learn what chemicals you need to have? How do you know the process of efficiency?
Advice today, I would say try to learn this while you're part-time.
Side hustle.
This is your side hustle. I ended up taking the leap of faith. I completely dropped Delta. And I told my husband this. I
Delta
said,
with the benefits and then retirement.
Benefits.
And the flight benefits. God,
Vanessa goes first to the flight benefits.
Crown room.
Girl, I did the same thing you did. I took the leap of faith. I put that in my book, From the Zoo to the Wild. I said, I had a buddy say, if you're going to try to do this as a side hustle, you're going to be halfway in, but you'll be all the way out. You'll be out of business before you know it. And he was right.
The motivation for it was my husband. He worked for IHG at the time. He said, you know what? I got us. I can support us to make this happen. But I give you a deadline of 2 years. If this turns into a hobby, you're going right back to corporate. And that was the kick in the butt I needed.
That's a great point. I talked about this in the book, and I've talked about this with other people who've called in. Got to have a business plan. And in the business plan, if you've got a spouse or a partner or somebody is counting on you as well, you don't get to pitch the business plan to them. You go find somebody else to pitch it to them because you're going to sit there with all optimism going, babe, I got this. Oh, I'm going to kill this. 2 years? Watch this. I'm going to be cleaning the whole nation in 2 years, Alex. Watch this, buddy.
And your weaknesses start to show, right?
Yeah.
And your strengths.
Yep.
Because on day one, I opened Clean Tu Casa. The doors I opened with my LLC, signing up for my LLC, my business license. I became a member of the Cobb Chamber of Commerce, the Georgia Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, and a partner of Cleaning for a Reason, which was near and dear to my heart to really help out cancer patients in their homes. A little victory while they're going through a difficult time of going through active chemo treatments.
Cleaning for a cause. Beautiful. That's one of the things you talked about. Again, you did that right off the rip. I didn't because I was there to make money. And I started, I was like, I'm hustling. I was rocking and rolling. And I was not thinking big picture.
That's where I messed up. I had the business coach. I had the community cause. I had the business purpose. I had great quality. I started to build up the team. In year one, I moved along pretty quickly. I moved to already 4 employees by the end of year one.
Well done. Yeah. In fact, that's almost the same trajectory. Everything. Yeah. And
my weakness was not in finances, financial management. I didn't charge a lot of my corporate clients. Bad.
So let me get that right.
So credit card, no problem.
Yeah. So corporate clients didn't pay because you didn't charge them.
I didn't invoice them.
So that's a gold nugget. You can't get paid unless you give somebody an invoice.
I'm having a hard time processing this.
Right. Well, you know what? Check this shit out, dude. It's similar. Right? I came from banking. I knew finances. And sure enough, I didn't invoice people after we finished jobs. And guess who didn't get paid? This guy.
Yes.
And this gal. Vanessa didn't either. And you're like, it sounds like morons, but
why?
It happened.
You both sound like morons. Why did you not invoice?
Because we were, well, this guy was. She wasn't, but.
Call it as it is, because I was a moron too. Call it as it is. I was certainly.
I don't even know if that counts as a gold nugget.
It is such a gold nugget. Because you're hustling so hard, you forget to invoice.
An $11,000 invoice that I did not accumulated over time. We constantly went back, kept them going. My husband was living when he found out.
I mean,
So when
much
COVID
of
came
office
around, it turned out to be a really good opportunity. He put his name in the hat at IHG and said, if I can save somebody's job, I think I would like to resign. And it ended up being, he asked me, would you take me on? And I said, I can't afford you. I can't afford you, but let's grow. Let's grow together.
I
And
can't afford you. I'm busy not invoicing people, dude.
Right.
Come on. I'm over here running a killer business.
this great idea. I will actually charge people for the job that you're doing.
You know, honestly, guys, this is it sounds moronic, but we've all done it.
No, we haven't.
No, we have.
No.
Oh, I have.
You have.
Yeah. No, I'm telling you. No, we've all done dumb things. Starting a business.
I've been one of that.
Yeah.
to carve out your strengths and your weaknesses.
Yep.
I think what corporate brought me, having both of us with corporate, our company culture is solid. It's a pretty awesome culture, I have to say. We treat each other like, I think that's why people stay. I really
agree.
think, like, you need to treat them with respect, hear their voice. We're in an industry where home services, we get an earful of things that could be negative during a job that is completed. It's our job to try and find just quick to resolutions. How do we make it a positive? Not only for the client, but also for our employee, because you don't want them to feel like, oh my gosh, I'm constantly messing up.
Right. That, you know, it's funny you should say that. And that's why I said you're back because you're on the show because we talked and I was like, she's saying so many things. That's right. What's crazy about our employees is that they don't work under they do not like working in the environment of stress. In corporate America, we're taught to learn to work under corporate stress. But these guys are creative artists. If you're cleaning a house and I have this lady following me around going, you missed a spot, you missed a spot, you missed a spot. You're killing my confidence, girl. I can't do anything if you're just going to keep telling me I'm doing everything wrong.
And that's the big difference between residential and commercial, which are
Correct.
two completely different.
Oh my
things.
goodness.
Right.
Unfailable, Alan, because in the commercial, you're not going to get right into the weeds and details.
No, you're doing it after hours and you just kind of do a little this and a little that and just do it a couple times a week and you're good. But at home, it's like,
That can be
where's my ring? Oh, it must have been the cleaner.
It definitely was a cleaner.
where the value is on the commercial side. You need to have really good communication. That's where we have found success. If you're able to communicate really well, you have a tight communication with your team to be able to relay that to the client, they feel like everything's under control. That is super important. If you can find a way to combine AI to help you out with that communication piece, that's my biggest advice on the commercial side. If you're interested in going into commercial cleaning, that component of communication is so near and dear.
Do you have any, okay.
You want an example?
No, I want a funny cleaning story. You got to have one because if you don't, I've got one for you.
Most of the funny cleaning stories happen in the residence. Whether it is someone opens the door and they're completely naked.
Oh, that's yay.
This is not a nudist colony, dude.
My headphones just fell off.
Drive to an Airbnb. I could write a book on Airbnb cleans.
You should.
In Atlanta, there's a big porn industry here. In
Is there?
Atlanta. Oh my gosh. So we actually weed out. We ask prospective clients that
Are you in porn?
No, I don't ask that.
Okay.
No, it's not.
You can't ask that,
No.
Ellen. Can you?
Are you porn adjacent?
You know what? I think
That is the porn. It's people booking the reservation.
Oh.
So one of the questions that we ask in Airbnb cleans to the host is, we only work with hosts that have a 2-night minimum. If they have a 1-night minimum,
So porn only goes one night?
I guess.
you know what? You learn everything on this episode. The Small Business Safari, guys. You learn
Oh,
so much. So,
ceiling.
On the ceiling.
well, what?
Why is it on the ceiling?
You would wonder. Urine all over the walls.
I think you broke me. I'm sitting there trying to figure. I'm actually physically trying to figure this out. I'm like, no, can't.
Hammer to a toilet.
Oh no,
That was part of porn? What kind of porn is that?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Evan.
Something else. That was
Okay.
probably just a party.
Faces of Death. Is that a porn?
Really.
Not my kind of porn.
You know what? I think guys, Small Business Safari, entrepreneurial, but don't forget to tell your friends. We're actually going to pop up to a new genre soon. So Kate, stay tuned.
Sex up.
Sex sells, baby. Are you joking? Oh my God.
I'm not joking. The worst one was
okay.
2 fugitives were found in an Airbnb that we just arrived to for cleaning. We had just our cleaners, it was a 2-person team. They had just opened a door. It was in Brookhaven. They had just opened the door and they heard sounds and they let us know back at our office. We hear someone inside the house. We're like, oh, okay, just close the door and we'll tell the host. The host told us, please stay, tell your crew, go back in their car. We're having a little bit of a situation. I was like, what's the situation? She said, well, the cops are coming because we believe that the cops called me to tell me that they believe 2 fugitives are in the house. I was like, what? 2 guys stole a BMW from a BMW car dealership right near Brookhaven, drove to that Airbnb after hitting a jewelry store. They stupidly posted pictures of themselves with the jewelry, and the Airbnb had photos of the paintings in the background and the decor. I have to give props to the Brookhaven police. They looked up Airbnbs in that area and called different Airbnb hosts. Is this your home? Is this your home? And they came and they ended up arresting the 2 fugitives in the house.
Great question, Ellen. And we've just chopped up another genre, baby. We are killing it. We got Vanessa Higgins on.
I've got one
Clean Tu
I
Casa.
have a cleaning story I got to tell Vanessa.
Okay.
All right. So a friend of mine became, I don't know, the VP of operations for a biohazard cleaning franchise. And so they sell a franchise to you or me, and then you come in for training. And part of the training is they have this room that's set up, and then they create a crime scene because that's some of the things that they have to clean up, like somebody offs themselves in a hotel or there's, some sort of whatever.
Getting a lot of those calls.
And so anyway,
What type of clean we do. I'm sorry.
So it takes a special.
I have an amazing husband and wife team that do it though.
So anyway, they had their
I might need one of those.
They had their franchisees coming in the next day, and so they set up this crime scene, and they're using pig's blood, and the lamps are broken on the floor, and it's like a kitchen scene, and there's blood dripping off the counter and all this stuff, and they show up to have training the next day, and it's all gone. It's perfectly clean.
Yeah.
And apparently the commercial cleaning crew the night before came in and saw this mess and just cleaned it up. No,
that's amazing. That is amazing.
Now, if I'm a cleaner and I come into a room and there's like blood dripping all over the floor and the lamps, you think you call the cops or?
Wow.
You know what? If you're here in the Atlanta area, what I just heard is if you have something like that, God forbid, don't talk to anybody, don't tell anybody what's going on. Just call Vanessa, Clean Tu Casa, and ask for the special husband. All you're going to say is special husband-wife team. That's all you're going to say. Code word. In fact, anybody listening to the podcast,
Brandon and Terry.
you just call up and you say, Small Business Safari, special husband-wife team.
Yeah.
No questions asked. It's cleaned. No problemo. Nobody knows anything. It's all gone. It's good. Goodbye. I love it.
That's right.
Now that's a business you build right there, Ellen. That's
their TAC.
You can charge a lot.
They're called Tact. Yeah. They actually they're pretty reasonable. They do it out of the goodness of their heart. They really do. They do charge it for it.
Well, what I'm talking about probably didn't happen out of the goodness of my heart. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I've had a lot of employees, Vanessa. I've got a lot of customers that, if there was ever a purge, I'm going in. I'm going to load up. No, we can't do that, everybody. No, we love our customers. Everybody, let's stay back on this. Sorry,
Yeah.
Vanessa.
Well, on that point, it's interesting we talk about that because as an entrepreneur from corporate, leaving corporate, I think sometimes we may get a little bit too greedy where you think, I want all the business. You can't serve everybody. There's so many places to clean. It's the reverse. Use your corporate experience to really try to network and grow your network of people because you can't serve all areas. You can't serve all different type of cleans. Like, for instance, we don't do restaurant cleans. You need to be certified sometimes for that. So we have a very specific target market.
So stay in your lane.
So stay in your lane. And,
Thank you, Ellen.
And help grow the community. I want to see other cleaning companies succeed, so I refer them.
Do you want to see other?
Let's go back to Vanessa. No.
All new man people.
The rest of you, die. Chris wins. No. So, Vanessa, one of the things I've been dying to ask since you started, I want everybody to grow and win outside of Atlanta. Actually, and if I'm coming to your neighborhood, which I might be, then I hope you're going down too. No, everybody, that's called competition. Don't worry about it. I'll take you out at your ankles. I will do anything to anybody at any time. Still, after 18 years, Alan, haven't stayed in my lane. Vanessa, when you started your business, all of your experience to that point had been B2B. And you realize now you're in a B2C world.
Yeah, totally.
I totally didn't know that until I was 2 months into it. I'm like, holy shit, I just started a B2C business.
Yeah.
What did you do? Did you change your mindset? I mean, obviously you talked about, how did you change your mindset and to realize that working with people is nuts?
Oh, yeah. You have to. And honestly, that was my motivation for rolling up my sleeves and wanting to clean toilets for at least a year while I was growing a team. While I was growing the team, they were teaching me all the ins and outs of cleaning along with my business coach. But I was bringing more of the business aspect. So I already had that background to know where systems need to be, what's the formula of success here. But I needed to know hands-on what needs to happen there so I can respond to
Did you go work for somebody else, or how did you get that experience? Because I think that's like they always say, if you want to open a restaurant, you better go work in a restaurant.
Yep.
Where did you get that experience?
I call it karma because I live in East Cobb, Marietta. There was a house being built right next to my house, and I saw one lady driving up, and it was like a 6,800 square foot home. And I saw one lady going with her cleaning supplies right when I was opening my doors of Clean Tu Casa, and I saw her going in to clean that house as a post-construction clean. I remember I mentioned to you, Chris, that was my first type of clean. I felt like that was the hardest clean to master. If we could master that, everything else.
That's another very different kind of clean.
Yep.
Thank you, Alan, for telling us all that.
Are you calling me Captain Obvious?
You're that's awesome. So let's go back and say,
Every person, they don't realize a post-construction clean, you're dealing with a lot of dust.
Yep.
I mean, not just
Exactly.
and you know what?
A 6,800 square foot home, to do it all by yourself, I was intrigued. I remember driving up in my driveway and seeing her arrive at the same time. She was arriving at 5 p.m. at night to do the cleaning. And I remember going to my family. We were about to sit down for dinner. I said, you guys know what? I'm going to leave a little bit early, the dinner table, and go next door and go meet the lady next door. I'm just intrigued. I want to meet her. She ended up being from Mexico. We are like best friends. We still are best friends today. She was my first employee. She left California in LA, growing an 11-year business of residential cleans. And one of her stick was commercial construction. She loved construction cleans. She came over to Atlanta for love and was doing individual work. So I told her, I said, we could help each other out, because I said, if you have a business that is 11 years, and she told me that her cousin and her sister that she left in charge in California with her business, they were running it into the ground. And I said, no. You built that for 11 years. You got to get that back up and running. Because if something should go wrong here and you need to return back to California, you need to have a good, well-oiled machine. So we helped each other. She taught me construction cleaning. I taught her how to promote her business. She didn't even know. She was like, oh my gosh, you have a business card? Wow.
Oh.
She's like, wait, you have online scheduling? How does that work? I use paper and pen. So we taught each other. And I think that was super necessary for my particular circumstance, to really understand from a consumer point of view when we're going into a homeowner's house. So I can address, oh, they didn't really clean the faucets very well in my bathroom, or my shower door still has a lot of a foggy film on it. What can be done? I could address it right then and there. We'll come back the next day, or even if we're still there, to get that taken care of. I think that hands-on experience really helped me troubleshoot it over the phone, so we sound competent, because I think that's number one. A lot of us in home services is maybe they don't feel like we sound competent. And that's one thing that is a concern with AI coming into play. Does AI really know how to address those type of concerns? Not really. I think the human aspect, combining both timeliness, AI, right? Easy A to B type of scenarios, AI. But when it comes to complex situations, that maybe AI is not well trained yet. Who knows? Maybe they will be trained. But
Ellen, I think what she's saying basically is that we're going to have an AI senator before we'll have an AI house cleaner because it's more complex. But what I heard was house cleaning, handyman business, more complex than being a senator. We can have an AI senator, but we cannot have this. So file that away. We'll come back to, because we're not a political channel.
no, we're not.
But actually now I'm thinking about maybe,
Yeah.
now actually we got true crimes and sex in it. So, I mean, we've gone up to the top two, baby. We're skipping right over news. All right, Vanessa. So you guys, obviously great foundation. You talked about this. I say this all the time. I don't think I would run the business I did without having the experiences I had.
Mm-hmm.
And those experiences, while it cost me a lot of money in the beginning, if it were because I was actually doing the work and not growing the business, but trying to do it all. But when I talk to guys, they can't bullshit me. They can't say, "Hey, I can't do that." I'm like, "Well, as a matter of fact, you can because I did." Or if a customer calls and says, "I haven't seen this," I've seen over 20,000 houses now after being in it for 18 years. I always see stuff that's new. In fact, I just saw another one that was new yesterday. This is a crazy homeowner special, but you had that experience. I think that's so invaluable, and that's the stuff where you slow down to speed up.
Mm-hmm. And cheers to your 18 years. That's amazing.
Yeah,
There's growth in that. A lot.
been the best 2 years of my life. There's two of them in there somewhere. No, thank you. So, where are you guys now? How many employees? Where do you want to go? What are your dreams now?
Exciting agenda ahead of us this year. We have been expanding our commercial services. We just put a bid in for some universities in Atlanta.
Ooh, that's big time.
So that is big time, isn't it? Mm-hmm. It's a 10-person crew, 5 days a week, 8-hour shift for each person. I wanted to share this actually because this is something interesting. So if someone is interested in getting into that commercial sector, completely different pricing, completely different model, completely different type of clean than residential. But when you're getting into that commercial sector, know your worth, know what's going to be what's a good, comfortable profit margin, and what's going to make sure that your team is going to show up every day.
So what's the nuance there? Are you saying that if you come out of residential, go to commercial, we're a little tight on our margins? When it goes to commercial, you should be a little higher?
Because you want to be, you can't discount that you're getting volume. You're getting volume rather than a one-time clean per week or per every 2 weeks or every 4 weeks, like a monthly clean. It's in the commercial model, you're getting per day. So you got to make sure that your team is motivated and compensated well, especially with gasoline these days.
Amen.
And cost of living going up.
And I mean, residential during the day, commercial tends to be at night. Commercial could, like if you get the university, you're talking about maybe a machine that does tile floors. I mean, you're talking about some heavier equipment.
Yeah, you decide what services
difference.
you want to offer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Huge difference.
We've been known to take care of spaces like a home. And Delta Airlines is one of our clients for the last 6 years. They have told us that was their line. You take care of our offices like it's home. Because they have a 24/7 cleaning company that handles the whole campus. We're brought in as the deeper cleaners, the ones that go down into the nitty-gritty details and really keep things sanitized and clean. Because janitors, if you ask someone that is in charge of trash to do something about the floors, they're like, "Oh, no.
Not my job.
My job. That's a floor cleaner."
Not my job, Alan.
Versa.
Not my job.
Vice versa.
How's that feel, buddy?
You're giving me the death stare.
It's the pass the buck, right?
Yeah.
The corporate pass the buck. We're viewed as more the detail cleaners, really getting spaces productive, clean,
So
sanitized.
do you see your growth in the commercial space? Is that where you guys are thinking?
We're doing both. We're, you're catching me during a time where we're finalizing a potential acquisition for a residential business that's been in the market for 15 years.
Holy cow.
To
Awesome.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. And
Absolutely.
I hate this. We're coming to the end and she just drops that huge, like we could go for another hour on this one.
I know. I mean,
Guys, we can't do it. That's a teaser. That's what in the radio biz, that's what we like to call a teaser. We're going to have to bring Vanessa back on to talk about that stuff. Vanessa, this is great. It's Clean Tu Casa. If you're here in Atlanta, get them to clean your house. Get them to clean your office. If you aren't in Atlanta, get them to clean your house. I'm kidding.
it's a great website, by the way. The website looks amazing.
A franchise.
Maybe you want that franchise idea.
A business in a box, right?
You got it. The Clean Tu Casa box. So
See the marketing side of it.
I like where you're at. Vanessa, how can everybody get a hold of you?
Everyone can go to cleantucasa.com. Very easy. You can get a quote within minutes, and we'd love to help out. No obligations, honestly. We're here to really make spaces clean, make people happy when they don't have time to clean.
Well, so one quick question. You showed us your service area. I just wonder, is Australia in that? No? Wait, the island. Where's our buddy from Tasmania?
Tasmania.
Is Tasmania? No?
Canada.
Yeah. So, in fact, I just heard from him a week ago, our Tasmanian buddy, because he's always on the lookout for great guests for us. Guys, another great episode, learning stuff about how to start a business. She went B2B, she went B2C, she got her arms, and she got the toilet.
And honestly, if anyone has any questions on cleaning, what they need to do, let me know. Let me know if you want to start a
how to transition from one completely different thing to another is where you're an expert.
Well, actually, after we're done with the podcast, guys, I am going to ask, how do you get blood off the ceiling? That's a spray pattern. I don't know how it got there.
Vinegar.
The answer is vinegar. That's the title of this one. You want to clean blood spots? You go with vinegar, or you go with Clean Tu Casa. Guys, start a great business, make a great business. We had so many angles we could have gone with this one. But Vanessa, you got a great business going, great family, love what you've done, giving back to the community already. You started off from day one doing it. You're giving back to 2 already. So clearly you guys are doing great after 9 years and continued success. Let's make it happen. Let's keep making it up that mountain. We got a lot to cover, but let's get it covered the right way. Get up that mountain. We got to go.
Thank you both. Good
Cheers, everybody.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Small Business Safari. Remember, your positive attitude will help you achieve that higher altitude you're looking for in the wild world of small business ownership. And until next time, make it a great day.